Welcome to Nkudi Soccer. This is the full squad of Kaizer Chiefs for 2025-2026 season. Well, we'll start by saying the squad is worth over 300 million rands. Oh, let's start with the forwards of Kaizer Chiefs. Obviously, there we have Luke Batman, a new signing from Cape Town Spurs. They got him for free. Silva, Maurice is still there. Wandile Tuba, Ashley Dupreez, Khanyisa Mayo, Igadaro Velebai, Tonei Jansen, Lilepo, Gaston Sirino, Modi, Matlou, Ethan Cheslet, Nkosi Ngiphile Ngcobo, Mfundo Vilakazi, Lebohang Maboy, Duduzi Shabalala, Thabo Cele, Siphesihle Ndlovu, Sibongiseni Mthethwa, Solomons, Munyani, Frosler, Shinga, Basika Mako, Cross, McCarthy, Kwinika, Miguel, Dudley, Msimango, Molife, Peterson, Ntwari, Vuma. It's important to note that some of these stars for Kaizer Chiefs, they are currently injured. Dudley is still recovering from injury. And then the new signing, which is Munyan, is also currently injured for Kaizer Chiefs. Simang is also recovering from injury. Let's look at how these players for Kaizer Chiefs will shape the season overall and the influence that they will add to the team. We'll start with Luke Batman. Batman is a young, exciting 19-year-old straight from Cape Town. Obviously was developed at Ikamva Academy, whatever, there for... it was still Ajax Cape Town then, but now it's Cape Town Spurs. Obviously, they're still fighting the battle through SAFA. We don't know how that thing is going to go, but I think, yeah, the players will just win the case overall. There's no case there. They are free agents since the team is relegated. Silva is coming with a big reputation from Indonesia with dual citizenship. He's a Portuguese slash Guinea Bissau. Yes. He's coming with a reputation of goals, obviously. Is expected to score a lot of goals for Kaizer Chiefs. Already he has scored 2 goals this season, so we'll see as the season progresses how many goals he will score. Then Morris, I didn't think Morris would stay, but he's still there with Kaizer Chiefs. He was signed January this year. He was not highly influential. Obviously, the loan deals were... But they spoke about the loan deals with Devon City under Gavin Hunt. They expressed their interest of getting Morris to Devon City, but Kaizer Chiefs hesitated. That is why we still see him with Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know if it will be highly influential for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know, because they have 7 strikers already. So I don't know how he will fit into the squad of Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe possibly he will be inspired by some of the guys that are there to push him to greater heights, but we don't know. We just have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's 31. He still has to prove himself to the highest level of South African football, because when you check his record, he's not highly prolific as a striker overall. But yeah, his experience of playing for different teams, go professional football in South African football. And then we have a 21-year-old Wandile Duba with the bravado persona, the fighting spirit for Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, we know what he has done for Kaizer Chiefs in terms of the contribution. The bravado persona, as I said, Duma earlier on was linked with the Saudi Arabia move. They said that there was a team that was interested, but they didn't meet the offer for Kaizer Chiefs overall. Still there. I would like to quote him. He once said that he proved last season that he could lead or be the best striker for Kaizer Chiefs overall. His work rate, man, is second to none. Is very important for Kaizer Chiefs, even when he is not in a position with the ball, but is able to track back and assist the defense or assist the team overall defending. And then we have Ashley Dupreez with the speed, bullet speed, but there's an element of now this thing is becoming common for me to say, element of laziness to other players. When I look at Dupreez, he's not exercising his speed to the fullest in terms of like contributing to the team and adding what is needed for Kaizer Chiefs, which is that speed going forward and making sure that he cause trouble or havoc to the opposition defenders, but is not currently doing that. But he has his own moments where he's contributing to Kaizer Chiefs, and the fact that he can drift wide and contribute also as a semi-winger or winger is very important to be versatile overall. Then a new signing from Algeria, the CR team, but he joins Kaizer Chiefs on a season-long loan. Kanyisa Mayo, the experienced South African international, already scored for Kaizer Chiefs. First game, he scored a goal. Unfortunately, they could not win the game. He was substituted. I don't think he's sharp yet for Kaizer Chiefs to compete and to add that experience that he has for Kaizer Chiefs, but I think he'll get there soon or later. He's still getting used to the new culture of playing for Kaizer Chiefs and what it means overall. I mean, obviously, he's carrying his father's surname to the light right now. He's carrying the torch. We'll see if he will score. If he can score, let's say, 10 goals for Kaizer Chiefs this season, that would be a success. And maybe Kaizer Chiefs will be pushed to sign him on a permanent basis. But yeah, we just have to wait and see for him to be 100% sharp. We know what he can do. You don't give him the space or the opportunity there up front, otherwise he'll punish you. Also, he's a free kick specialist. That's what he brings to Kaizer Chiefs overall. And then we have a Nigerian international, Igodaro, experienced campaigner in South African football. Arrived more than 5 years, I think 5 years ago or so, in the South African football space. Signed by Mamelodi Sundowns but never played for Sundowns. He was loaned to different teams, SuperSport United, Amazulu, Chipa United, Tax, different teams, but he has scored over 25 goals for different teams in South Africa. So he's a proven goal scorer in the Betway Premiership in 97 games. So he brings that experience, he brings that goal pedigree for Kaizer Chiefs, and he has the strength and the ability to fight with defenders, not let defenders to bully him because he has the strength. He can score with header, strong header of the ball, with both feet. I mean, left to right, he can convert, a powerful shooter. He's there in the box when he's able to finish those crosses and different styles of play. As a good contribution or addition for Kaizer Chiefs. Hasn't played yet. Why? Injured. He's still recovering, but I saw him with the team. But he's getting there. He's not ready to play yet, but he's getting there. Anytime soon, he will be 100% ready. But we just have to wait and see overall. Then Veleba, a 22-year-old South African international, obviously. Yeah, what a player in terms of like wing. Is left. I've seen him multiple occasion, left wing, right wing. As long as it's a wing, can also play as a 10. It's very exciting for Kaizer Chiefs. They wanted him for 2 years. They proposed, I think, close to 5 million rands 2 years ago, but Kaizer Chiefs' offer was they rejected it. The Cape Town City, the Cape Town Spurs, yes, Cape Town Spurs rejected it, but finally, right now, because Spurs they were relegated from a to ABC Tsipe League from the National First Division, which is Tsipe's championship, and then they became an amateur team, meaning that Veleba and other players would be allowed to leave the team for free. Then there's a player, I don't know where he stands with Kaizer Chiefs. It's gonna be a rough season for him if there's nothing is made, because I don't see a future for him. Go Kaizer Chiefs, Donay Jansen, if that's how you pronounce his name. He's 22 years old. They loaned him to SuperSport United last season. He didn't have much of a game time. But yeah, at times I haven't seen him really with the first team, Kaizer Chiefs, but I've seen him training with the reserves. He's 22. They were looking to offload him, but he's still here. I don't know if maybe later on they will announce something, but he's still part and parcel of the Kaizer Chiefs team overall. But yeah, I don't see a great future for him, go Kaizer Chiefs. Then there is Lilepo, Congolese international, 28-year-old. Well, Lilepo, what can I say with this guy about this guy? Very interesting because he's able to contribute going forward, But yo, the selfishness, I can't ignore it. The guy is always so he wants to shoot every time he has the ball. He won't even think about the teammates or trying to make that assist. No, he's shooting. Once they open the space, he's shooting. No matter where he is, he will try and shoot, which is just a terrible player in terms of being um, a team player. You thinking about yourself. You want to be an individual, but this is a team sport. He has to improve going forward. He's a winger, not a striker. A lot of people, some people would say it's a striker. That's why he wants to shoot. He wants to shoot every time, but he's never been a striker. But obviously, sometimes the coach will try and switch and try different things. But he is a right winger, but he's able to play left or right winger. Yeah, we'll see how many goals he will score this season for Kaiser Chiefs, but he has to limit his greediness. Gaston Sereno, a highly experienced player, Uruguayan international. There were talks about Sereno potentially representing South Africa. Has been in the country for quite some time now since he signed or he joined the Mamelodi Sundowns. Left winger, but can also operate right winger. Anyway, up front as a number 10, he can also switch as a second striker. He's versatile in terms of like being a player. He's one of the most talented foreign players to ever grace South African football. But the tempo is the problem of the tempo. He has a small tempo, obviously. He needs to fix that. But he can't fix it at the age of 34 or turning 35. He can't fix that thing. Yeah, but I mean, he could possibly lead to Kaiser Chiefs to greater height, but he needs to be a leader that they can look at, and the youngsters could possibly be inspired by him. If he can lead by example, then that's a problem. But yeah, Gaston Sereno is super talented. Pule Modi, the guy is on and off. He's talented, we know. Contributed to Kaiser Chiefs winning the Nedbank Cup last season. But he has his moment, man, for Kaiser Chiefs. He's on and off. But the talent is there. But the desire and the willingness to push for Kaiser Chiefs in order for them to get points, questionable at times. But yeah, it's talented. We'll see what will bring this season. Um, George Matlo, last minute they gave him a renewal, 1 year extension. It was supposed his contract ended 2025 June 30th, but yeah, they renewed his stay there. He will try and fight more this season to get points for Kaiser Chiefs. We'll see. We just have to wait and see how he performs overall this season for Kaiser Chiefs. When I look at the midfielders that are there, him playing many games, it's not guaranteed, but he has to fight more in order to get those opportunities. Ethan Cheslett, we're still waiting for him to play for Kaiser Chiefs. Straight from UK, or let me say England. That's where he grew up and developed his game. We haven't seen him. The fans are craving for him. They want him to play. They want him to be given an opportunity to play, but we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, especially gym and or training. Yeah, you just have to be patient. This time will come. Possibly prove the coach is wrong. Maybe Uguti they should have selected him early. But yeah, I mean, he's expected to play a bigger role this season since he was playing in Europe, better developed. So we just have to wait for Kaiser Chiefs to decide when the boys are playing or when the boy is playing. Nkosi Ngiphile Ngcobo, one of the most exciting players. The versatility is there. Can play as a attacking midfielder, can drop back and be more central and dictate the game with his composure and the passes. Can also score with direct free kicks. That the versatility is there. He's a player that could really shape things and influence Kaiser Chiefs to greater heights. But the question is that Ngcobo has been there for some time. Has he really done enough for Kaiser Chiefs? If like we're to measure his span, his stay at Kaiser Chiefs, has he really done enough to be still there to remain at the club? Is he a player when you look at and say, okay, this one could possibly lead Kaiser Chiefs to the title of the league or to? Those are the questions that we need to answer. Mfundo Vilakazi, one of the most exciting young South African talent. They love him. He represents the Kasi flair international stages. Is a good pass off the ball, good free kick taker. He has his qualities. I mean, he's not afraid to take players on. There's quality for Kaiser Chiefs. I mean, he's a player they I mean, if as a he's still developing, by the way, trying to model his game around the technique or the tactics of the coaches that is playing under. We don't know this season if they'll bring a new coach or they'll continue with the assistant coaches. But yeah, the style of play for Mfundo Vilagazi, man, is as true the identity of being a true South African football star. When we look at him, we know that what he represents, being playing a relatable football with flair. He needs to play more and get more minutes because every time he comes in for Kaiser Chiefs, he comes in with more excitement, more fire, more personality in terms of driving forward. You could see that he wants to be, he wants to start like counter attacks, connecting with the attackers and the strikers and other players. He brings different kind of energy for Kaiser Chiefs overall. Then we have Lebohang Maboy, 31-year-old Kaiser Chiefs new signing. He was playing for Mamelodi Sundowns, but he was loaned last season to SuperSport United. He grew up, he was a player for Kaiser Chiefs junior rank, so he understands a bit of culture for Kaiser Chiefs overall. He's expected to play a crucial role with his experience, but yeah, it's up to Kaiser Chiefs to play him and give him an opportunity to shine. I mean, he can operate in different positions as a number 10, number 8, even a winger. So he's a player with experience, has won things for Mamelodi Sundowns or with Mamelodi Sundowns, represented the national team on the continental stage. He comes with a lot of experience to the team of Kaiser Chiefs overall. Yeah, with goals, assists, and more. Then Kaiser Chiefs, exciting young 21-year-old Mduduzi Shabalala is a good player. On his day, could possibly achieve big things or be a game changer for Kaiser Chiefs. But at times, he has been called out for lack of maturity, lack of responsibility, playing for cameras, he should have been way further right now. He was promoted years back, couple of years back to the first team, but hasn't really become like one of the biggest stars in South African football in terms of his contribution to that team. But he has his own moments, glimpse of a great player. We always see that, but it just vanishes. He would perform today, or he'll perform for the first 10 minutes, and then it disappears the whole match. Yeah, but the talent is there, but the decision making is also poor. He wants to do so much or too much on the ball than just release the ball quickly and make sure that the team is floating and dangerous in terms of transition and attack. Once the ball gets to Mtutuzi, there's no sense of agency. He will try to hold the ball. So there are things where he needs to improve, to perform better, to help the team better, to contribute overall. But yeah, he's not a bad player. He's a good player. He just needs to grow his game and be more matured and be responsible overall. Then we have Thabo Cele, midfielder for Kaiser Chiefs, a central midfielder overall. He can hold the ball. He's a good pass off the ball. But I haven't really seen him playing long balls and trying to assist the strikers, pushing forward. No, he plays those short passes most of the time. Maybe dictating the game with short passes is not enough. I don't know. But he needs to give Kaiser Chiefs more. He needs to give Kaiser Chiefs more. But what I like about Cele is that he has the heart to play for Kaiser Chiefs, to push for Kaiser Chiefs, to try and get the results for Kaiser Chiefs. He needs to just improve different aspects of his game overall. But the biggest problem is that they want midfielders to do so much for Kaiser Chiefs, not just to specifically have like one job or two, but they want him to track back. They want them to mark. They want them to start forward moves. Let's jump straight to Sibongiseni Mthethwa. He's a defensive midfielder, but in recent games we've seen him starting counter-attacks, driving forward, taking shots on goal. So there's no one job for him, and that has exposed him to the masses, football fanatics, and people have noticed that he's a bad passer of the ball. He can't pass the ball. But for Kaiser Chiefs, his position is simple: win the ball, pass those who are close to you, and maintain your position. That's it. Spesihle Ndlovu, they signed him straight from SuperSport United, around 4 to 5 million rands. It comes with experience, obviously, previously playing for Orlando Pirates. Um, yeah, he understands the pressure of playing for the big team, recovering the ball. He has that aggression, small in frame, but the aggression is there in terms of recovering the ball and helping the team overall. Yeah, I like his heart overall, that he try and gives everything for the team every time he's given an opportunity to play. He would get those yellow cards sometimes, but you could see the hunger to win is there. Given a chance to play, he will deliver for the team. Then Solomon's right back for Kaiser Chiefs. Well, a player that's okay. Now is a third choice there, right back, third choice right back, because we have Thabiso Munyane, we have Frosler. Solomon has the speed, so the quality is there in terms of the speed, but the ball control has let him down quite a number of times. He's too quick, but decision making questionable. But obviously, could possibly improve. I don't know how, but it could improve. Try and balance the speed and the IQ, and like play. Don't just play with the speed alone. Play with read the game and see how you can kill people off. The speed is very important, but to what degree if you win the ball but you don't know how to play it. Thabiso Munyane, new signing from Orlando Pirates, free signing for Kaizer Chiefs. Possibly the one of the biggest performers or the best performers for Kaizer Chiefs this season until he got injured. But yeah, it's proving that he's a real deal for Kaizer Chiefs. Number one right back, and he was selected for Bafana Bafana. Shows that he has performed well, and they reward him, and that's the coolest thing ever. For Orlando Pirates was like a third option, right back position, but Kaizer Chiefs is the first one. Froslam is good going forward, and also can also strike the ball, score those goals, but weak in defense. Yeah, he's a good footballer, can trap, can pass well, can connect with the players, but can mark. Kanyiso Shinga. I haven't seen Kanyiso Shinga at all official game. He was signed from Portugal. Yeah, he's expected to add depth, fight for the left back position, but he's not alone. He's fighting with Marco, Bradley, Cross for one position. But he brings something, the speed and the flair going forward, a modern left back, in fact. But you have not a single official game this season, but we'll see him when he's given an opportunity to play. Paseka Marco already won a man of the match for Kaizer Chiefs. Is versatile, can play left back, left wing. Is very forward minded. Every time he has the ball, he's thinking about causing havoc for the opposition. So he's a player that could um, lead the Kaizer Chiefs to greater heights. But the height continentally won't work for him, because they would out jump him out. He would find it hard for him to compete. Cross, stable left back here, is able to close the spaces there at the back and has the engine to try and move forward and go forward. With is less flashy, no skill at all, but is an important player for Kaizer Chiefs because he's a fighter, he's a warrior overall. Ethan McCarthy, centre back, left centre back for Kaizer Chiefs. What a start to the first team of Kaizer Chiefs. Has really performed well. Before he got injured, and once he came back from injury, and then he was not the same. But yeah, let's hope that will get better and greater as the season progresses. Zita Kwinika, experienced centre back for Kaizer Chiefs. We'll see how he contribute this season. There are already questions with the partnership of him and Inacio Miguel, We know that Dudley is injured and Simango, both of them, they are injured. When they come back, obviously they'll give the depth to the team and fight for the positions there at the back. We'll see how things will shape up for Kaiser Chiefs overall. Our goalkeeper, they have Bruce Vuma, questionable obviously with his previous season's mistakes. And Tuari, we approaching a year, no official game played. Peterson is proving to be number one for Kaiser Chiefs at the moment. And there's a fourth goalkeeper, Karabo Mulife, young star, but he's 22. He was promoted from DTC team, but yeah, he's just training with the first team, nothing more. That's the squad of Kaiser Chiefs overall. A lot of contracted players, the contracts are ending next year, June, which is Voma, Peterson, but Kaiser Chiefs will have to decide if they renew. Solomons, Mteta renew the contract. Let's see who else. About 2026, their contract is ending, but they have an option to renew at Kaiser Chiefs. Modi contract is coming to an end. Sereno is coming to an end. Morris, the contract is coming to an end. We just have to wait and see who will remain, who will be sold, who will be let go for free. Danke, Bafowethu. This is the full squad of Kaiser Chiefs and what they are capable of. Danko.